The first thing I did after being reborn was to dig open the grave of the campus belle, Liu Ryan. I pried open the coffin, pulled her corpse into my arms, and kissed her on the lips, sucking hard on the strawberry flavor in her mouth. All because, in 3 days, an eerie force would descend upon the world. The souls of the dead would awaken, and Liu Ryan, buried in a red wedding dress, would, due to her unresolved resentment, transform into the zombie progenitor, the drought demon. Once she became the drought demon, Liu Ryan would become the most terrifying taboo in all of Dragon Country. Later, someone in the post-apocalyptic world used a divination ability to discover a way to deal with Liu Ryan. The method was simple: just kiss her. If you succeeded in kissing Liu Ryan, you would gain power as terrifying as hers. But while the method sounded easy, actually pulling it off was nearly impossible. Merely getting close to her would reduce a person to a desiccated corpse in an instant. So, in over a decade of the apocalypse, no one had ever managed to do it. Now that I'd been reborn, the first thing I did was try to claim Liu Ryan's power. If I succeeded, I would become the most fearsome existence in this apocalyptic world. And I was confident. Right now, Liu Ryan was just a corpse, not yet the true drought demon. This meant I could kiss her as much as I wanted. Just to be safe, I decided to climb into the coffin early and kiss her for 3 days and 3 nights straight. With my heart pounding, I pried open the coffin lid. Inside, Liu Ryan lay in a red wedding dress, her body showing no signs of decay, proof that the eerie force had already begun affecting her. Without hesitation, I tossed the shovel aside and climbed into the coffin myself. As I closed the lid, everything plunged into utter darkness. Though there was no light inside, I effortlessly pulled Liu Ryan into my arms and kissed her. Her lips were cold but not stiff. Instead, they felt strangely soft. It was an indescribable sensation, and I lost myself in this rare moment of tenderness. Time slipped away unnoticed. Then, suddenly, I felt Liu Ryan's body tremble slightly. I frowned. Was she waking up early? A sharp pain shot through my lips. Liu Ryan had bitten me hard. Blood seeped from the wound, but I wasn't worried. Instead, I bit her back. Liu Ryan let out a muffled whimper, as if scolding me for my audacity. Meanwhile, in the graveyard, a man and woman approached. The man, in his 30s, wore yellow monastic robes and wore a smug smile. The girl, no older than 20, had short hair and an innocent air. Master Voy, the girl said sweetly. Liu Ryan killed herself in a red wedding dress, swearing she'd hunt me as a ghost. You have to help me. The monk, Voy, waved a hand dismissively. Amitabha, I've spent 30 years vanquishing demons, ghost or zombie. I'll send them all to the afterlife. Besides, I brought my peachwood sword. No way she can resist that. As he spoke, his hand slid around the girl's waist. She pretended to shy away, her every glance dripping with allure. But, beneath her flirtatious demeanor, was a flicker of disgust. The girl, Gu Qingru, was a student at Jianghai University of Science and Technology. Just like Liu Ryan, after a minor dispute, Gu Qingru had rallied her friends to bully and isolate Liu Ryan. She never expected Liu Ryan to take her own life, let alone dress in a red wedding dress, and bury herself in this graveyard, all to return as a vengeful spirit. Only then did Gu Qingru panic. Terrified of being haunted, she sought out Voy, hoping he could liberate Liu Ryan's soul. But, when they reached the grave, they froze. Is this Liu Ryan's burial site? Voy asked, stunned. The grave had been dug up, the earth scattered, revealing a crimson coffin. Gu Qingru paled. Did she rise already? Voy's confidence wavered. He was a fraud, a half-hearted monk with no real power. He'd only taken the job to scam money and seduce Gu Qingru. Now, faced with this, his bravado crumbled. Amitabha, the evil here is too strong. We should return tomorrow. Gu Qingru's face twisted in fury. You've had your fun, and now you're chickening out. Are you even a man, or just a con artist? Volt swallowed hard. Fine, I'll check the coffin. He gripped his peachwood sword and stepped forward. Then, the world changed. The moon turned blood red, casting the land in a hellish glow. Thunder cracked, black rain poured from the sky, not cleansing the earth, but heralding endless calamity. The eerie force had arrived. The dead would rise, becoming monsters that hunted the living. But humanity wasn't defenseless. Some would awaken with crimson sigils, marks of extraordinary power. A rare few might even gain multiple sigils, becoming legends. Void's legs trembled. It's real. She's really rising. He turned and ran. Abandoning Gu Qingru without a second thought, she stared after him, fury and terror warring in her chest. But, with the world gone mad, she had no choice but to flee. Meanwhile, inside the coffin, Liu Ryan was changing. I could feel it. An eerie power radiating from her. She was awakening. No time to hesitate. I kissed her again. This time, her body wasn't cold. It burned. Her teeth grew sharp. But I didn't stop. If I failed now, I'd have to relive the horrors of the apocalypse. As Liu Ryan transformed, so did I. Agony seared through me, my body hardening, becoming indestructible. But something was wrong. My mind fogged. I was slipping away, drowning in the eerie force. If I succumbed, I'd become a true zombie, powerful but mindless. I couldn't let that happen. I fought back, clinging to my consciousness. My body continued changing, skin paling. eyes turning crimson, black wings sprouting from my back. At last, I succeeded. I had become a Zhang Chen. Zhang Chen, one of the zombie kings, and the strongest among them. Legends said he was born from Pangu's essence. Power surged through me. I kicked open the coffin and emerged. At the same moment, Liu Ryan, now the drought demon, rose beside me, clad in her red wedding dress. She fixed me with a murderous glare. I tensed. In my past life, the drought demon had been mindless, driven only by hatred. Her first act had been to slaughter everyone who'd bullied her at Jianghai University. But this time, I'd stolen her power by force. What if she sought revenge? I braced for battle. Liu Ryan's killing intent spiked. The temperature soared. The ground cracked, turning to molten rock. The power of the drought demon. I leapt into the air, avoiding the scorched earth. Listen, I said coldly. I owe my power to you. But if you tried to kill me, I won't hold back. In a flash, I appeared before her, gripping her throat. My aura, the pressure of a zombie king, crushed down on her. The drought demon controlled the elements, but Zhang Chen ruled the undead. She was a long-range fighter. I was unstoppable up close, under my dominance. Liu Ryan's resistance faded. She went limp, though her eyes still burned with resentment. Can you understand me? I asked. She didn't respond. Disappointed, I shook my head. She lacked a conscious mind. Perfect. Time to test my new ability. I sank my fangs into her neck. After a few seconds, I released her. As Zhang Chen, I possess 3 powers. 1. Kings, or suppresses all beings. Can turn humans into zombies and imprint them as servants. 2. Immortality near invulnerability. Can heal by consuming blood. 3. Slaughter evolution grow stronger by killing. No side effects. I just used the first power on Liu Ryan, since she was already a zombie, and nearly as strong as me. I wasn't sure it would work, but as I studied her, I felt a new connection between us. It had worked. Now, I could command her absolutely. Here we were, a man and a woman, alone in a graveyard. A weaker man might have succumbed to temptation, but I had other priorities. Then I remembered the voices I'd heard outside the coffin. I'd caught every word of their conversation. Since that's the case, let's help you settle your score first. My gaze turned icy as I looked into the distance. After gaining Zhang Chen's power, my abilities far surpassed those of ordinary humans by dozens of times. With just a glance, I spotted Gu Qingru and Master Void locking onto my targets. I spread my wings and shot toward them. Liu Ryan, now my loyal subordinate, followed eagerly behind. A kilometer away, Master Void, after running nonstop for over 10 minutes, finally collapsed, gasping for air. He kept looking back, terrified. You useless monk. Gu Qingru caught up, her eyes burning with fury. You just left me there. I was scared. Who wouldn't be, seeing a corpse rise? Void retorted. Gu Qingru was about to snap back when she froze, her face draining of color. Behind Void, a rotting corpse was crawling out of the ground. Gu Qingru tried to run, but her legs gave out. She collapsed. What's wrong? Void turned and screamed. A grotesque demon stood before him. Monster. He grabbed Gu Qingru and bolted. But after a few steps, he skidded to a halt. They were surrounded. Dozens, no, hundreds of demons were clawing their way out of the earth. These were the lowest tier demons, mindless, driven only by bloodlust, and their numbers kept growing. Master, do something, Gu Qingru shrieked. Void stammered. I usually just scam people. I don't know how to fight ghosts. Desperate, he raised his peachwood sword and stabbed at a demon. The blade did nothing. Damn it. Shouldn't have bought this from Wish. The demon surged forward like a tie, engulfing Void before he could scream. Gu Qingru watched in horror as he vanished without a trace. Help me. I don't want to die. Tears streamed down her face. As the demons closed in, she shut her eyes, waiting for death. But it never came. When she dared to look, a figure stood before her, radiating overwhelming power. With a single motion, a crimson light erupted from my hand, annihilating every demon in sight. Demons were ranked from F to S. These were mere F tier weaklings. Gu Qingru's fear turned to hope. Thank you for saving me. I'm Gu Qingru. What's your name? I turned to her. She wasn't bad looking, pretty, even, but fear had left her disheveled, her makeup ruined. Don't thank me. I just didn't want you dying so soon. She frowned, confused. Something about my tone felt off. Are you a superhero? A cultivator? Please protect me. I'll do anything for you. She inched closer, her toned body on full display. Most men would have caved. I shoved her away. Your arms have embraced 1,000 men. Your lips kissed 10,000, just rotting flesh. Gu Qingru's face twisted. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not strong enough to protect you, but I know someone who can. Who? I smirked. Right behind you. She turned and screamed. Liu Ryan stood there, her red wedding dress billowing. Gu Qingru tried to flee, but Liu Ryan moved faster. She seized Gu Qingru's throat. I'm sorry. A sickening crack. Liu Ryan tossed her aside like trash. I watched, unmoved. In the apocalypse, life was cheaper than grass. Without power, you were nothing. But then, something strange happened. The slain demons' bodies began glowing crimson. Before I could react, the light surged toward me, merging with my body. Power. This was my third ability. Slaughter evolution. I grinned. To others, this graveyard was hell. To me, a training ground. Tens of thousands of demons lurked here. As more emerged, I unleashed my aura. F-tier demons crumbled like paper. Even the rare E-tiers fell swiftly. Liu Ryan joined the slaughter. As the drought demon, she summoned molten rock rock, incinerating hordes at once. I envied her out damage, but in raw power, I was unmatched. Bodies piled up, their energy fueling me. Then, a burning sensation in my core, my body shuddered. Breakthrough. By human standards, I'd reached tier 2. But my true strength surpassed that in my past life. The strongest blood sigil user was tier 9. I wondered how far I'd go. I recalled one name, Empress. In my past life, she awakened 18 blood sigils, reaching tier 9 in 3 years, a beacon of hope. Compared to her, I'd been an ant, but now, as Zhang Chen, I'd surpass her. Meanwhile, in Zhonghai City, chaos reigned. Demons overran hospitals and schools, but amidst the carnage, some awakened blood sigils. Most were young. The old and weak rarely transformed, but those who did, their bodies rejuvenated. Diseases vanished, strength came. In the military HQ, a middle-aged officer frowned at a report. A young soldier burst in. Commander Li, 320 of our men have awakened. They can manifest sigil avatars. Far more effective against demons. Li nodded. Then, with a flex, a crimson dragon sigil appeared on his arm. A blood-red armor materialized around him. Sigil avatar. The pinnacle of a blood sigil user's power. Such terrifying strength, Li murmured. His dragon sigil was only E tier, but formidable nonetheless. Sir, one more thing. Satellites detected massive energy spikes. At a graveyard in Zhonghai, the screen displayed my rampage. Li's composure shattered. What is that? If it's a demon, why kill its kind? If human, why so monstrous? Investigation shows the male is Zhou Tia, a university student. The woman is Liu Ryan. She committed suicide days ago. Li fell silent. Finally, if he's human, we recruit him. Make contact. We need allies like him. The soldier nodded. Then his radio crackled. Alert! A class energy surge detected near Zhou Tian's location. Li paled. And a tier demon. Even Zhou Tia might not survive that. He slammed his fist down. Dispatch all sigil teams. We can't lose him. In this apocalypse, every blood sigil user counts. And Zhou Tia, he's our best hope. Back at the graveyard, I hadn't noticed the military's interest. In just an hour, I'd slaughtered tens of thousands of demons. Li Ryan outdid me. 0 kills. Strangely, her kills fueled my growth too. I'd reached tier 3. This place is cleared. Time to move. My next target, Zhonghai University of Science and Technology. The demon infestation there was worse in the city. With Liu Ryan, I wasn't worried, but as I turned to leave, a terrifying aura erupted nearby. A tier, at least, a true threat. I grinned. Perfect.